When we sit down each day and do our work, something mysterious starts to happen. We have all friends and family in our lives. They adore you for who you are. What happens when we translate that into our client world and our professional world? So here's what I want to offer today to give us further opportunity to expand into that space, to find creativity in your craft. Things like follow your intuition, go off script, don't focus on the mechanics and focus on the outcomes or relationship or the value. Unsubscribe yourself from the norm. Allow the right influences into your ecosystem. And how do we access our intuition? Really leaning into our intuition. So I'm going to reference a book called The War of Art. If you don't have it yet, highly recommended. And I was so grateful for it. One of my absolute favorites. Stephen Pressfield's the author. So I'm going to go to page 108 for those of you who own it. And for those of you who want to take this a little further, page 108. And the title is called Approaching the Mystery. So approaching the mystery, I just want to read a couple of sentences, not too long. I'm going to paraphrase a little bit or just, cut off some bits to make it valuable for this conversation to frame what I want to bring forward. And here's what Stephen Pressfield has to say. The most important thing about art is to work. Because when we sit down day after day and keep grinding, something mysterious starts to happen. A process is set into motion by which inevitably and infallibly heaven comes to our aid. Unforeseen forces enlist in our cause. Serendipity reinforces our purpose. When we sit down each day and do our work, power concentrates around us. The Muse takes note of our dedication, and she approves. We might call the Muse by another name. We might call her intuition. And when we are talking about accessing our intuition or accessing our creativity is delivered through the Muse, through our intuition. As I have seen so much in my work with others, especially over this past 20 years, but even earlier in my career, we have become, in our professional world, we have become very skilled at disregarding, undervaluing, or completely ignoring the Muse. And sometimes we have become completely deaf to her voice. So what I want to offer is a perspective from the art of living, this idea of the art of living. In our personal lives, we have all friends and family in our lives who honor us for who we are, for our creative selves, for our most expressive selves, for who we are as they've come to know us to be, especially those in our inner circle who have chosen to be with us. They honor our quirks, they honor our individual uniqueness, if you will, and they love that about us. They have come to love us for those things. And we choose to be together in those settings. They have chosen to spend time with you. They have chosen to invest their life with you in whatever way, whether it's friends or family. They adore you for who you are uniquely. Those who are in your inner circle and closest to you have come to know you for who you are in all of yourself, your fullness. What happens when we translate that into our client world and our professional world? We have more at risk. In our personal lives, we don't even think about it if we have people in our lives who don't want to spend time with us. We don't think too much about those. In family dynamics, that's a little different, but in friendships, the people who we choose to spend time with, the people who we invite into our inner circle, the people who want to be in our inner circle, those people, when they don't want to be in our inner circle, we've got lots and lots and more people than we can possibly imagine who actually don't want to spend lots of time with us. And we've got a really high number of people who do, who love us for who we are. And we love those relationships. We honor those relationships and they bring out the best in us and they help us grow. These are the friends, and we have nothing to lose because we already have friends and we have people who love us for who we are. And the people who don't, we don't worry about it so much. And a lot of times we don't even know who they are, but we don't think about it because there's less at risk. When we move into a professional setting, of course, now there's more at risk. And so we tend to be a little more conservative. We tend to be a little more reserved. We tend to fall in line, to follow the script because the script is safe. And we think about the possibility of losing clients, and we think about the possibility of our reputational challenges that might rise from our quirky or unique individual styles, our Muse when she shows up. And what happens when we do that, when our muse shows up and we disregard her? We are diminishing ourselves, we are dishonoring ourselves, and we are also devaluing who we get to be in the world and the impact that we get to have through our unique expression of our muse. So when heaven comes to aid us in our journey, if you will, it's important for us to listen and to be receptive to the message. Because what happens with our clients and our networks and the professional settings in which we find ourselves, the more we allow our muse to show up, the more we attract those who choose to do business with us. And they choose because you are not only a technical expert, because you have done the work, but because you have allowed heaven to come to your assistance and elevate the value of your work for that community, for the people who are looking for you, to experience the journey of your expertise through your guidance and influence, because your way aligns with the way they want to experience the value of your work. It highlights very much how important it is for us to listen to our muse and to allow her to express herself as much as possible. So for today, I would like to invite you to consider where you are expressing your muse in your personal life and reaping the rewards from that experience, making friendships deeper, creating stronger connections, supporting others to become more of themselves, and having an impact on the people that are important to you. Where is your muse being honored? And in what ways is the ecosystem inside of that, including yourself, growing and expanding as a result? And where in your business are you perhaps not honoring your muse as much as you might? And where might you invite her to be more present and to express more fully in support of creating creative mastery, in support of becoming as valuable as possible for you to be for the people who want to experience value in the way you deliver it? I invite you to consider those two journeys. A master in the art of living is neither working nor playing, but rather doing both at all times. Where do you have that opportunity to access your muse and invite her in with open arms, if you will, and embrace the messages that she's sharing with you? That's my invitation for you.